Hi, ladies. Welcome back to my YouTube series, which is all around how I am um, building my business, the Wealthy Woman Company, and all of the insights and the tips and everything that I'm sharing on the journey on the way. And today is quite an interesting one because I have had the biggest wobble today. I have literally been crying my eyes out all day. Well, I say all day, it's like midday. So all morning, because all of the things that I've been trying to do in my business are just not working. All of the things that have worked for me previously are not working. And to say that my faith has been tested would be an understatement. And I think it's no coincidence that we're also just kind of finishing off the year of the snake and, you know, everything feels very heavy in the collective right now. So I know as an empath and a coach that I'm very susceptible to picking up on those energies, but equally the facts don't lie. Like this place is making no money. Um, so not only is it not an asset right now, it is a huge liability for me personally. You know, I'm a mum with 6 kids, so I don't have a partner that works or supports me. Everything is on my shoulders. Physically, emotionally, because then equally there's the mental load around being responsible for children and having to be like the embodiment of a regulated nervous system and female leadership so that they aren't picking up on the stress that I'm under right now to turn this business around. Again, another business that should have been doing well and wasn't. So I wanted to share that with you in real time, because that's the whole purpose of this blog, is that we get to build together and I can share insights with you in real time. So first of all, one positive though, I don't know if I've shown you before, but this is my new podcasting space. So I'm super excited to be here and recording in this section, but I'm actually going to move back out into the other area because the lighting isn't that great in here. I need to set up all the lighting for it, and I don't have that done right now, and I'm not going to distract myself doing things that aren't income producing, because again, when things aren't great, you need to even more prioritize your own energy and where you are putting it. And right now, worrying about faffing with lighting is not going to make me money in my failing business right now, because that's how it feels. It feels like it's failing. I'm just going to turn this off. And the reality is, it's not. It's just, as women, we are not set up to win in business, because I haven't opened this with an abundant budget and overflow and investors that are going to support me to wait it out and to get this business profitable in the first 2-3 years of business. I have literally had to, this opportunity, as I said before, right at the beginning, this opportunity came up completely not in my timeline. So I didn't have a big pot of money. This wasn't planned. And it's typical, like I'm a manifesting generator. That's how we move and that's how we create magic. But, I haven't had any investment. I didn't have a huge pot of savings set aside for this. I didn't have a budget for ads or promotion. I have literally had to buy chairs as I have needed the chairs and taken that money out of like the tickets that have been bought because it also needed to be self-funding. I'm coming off the back of a year of not really making much money because I was, I had obviously recurring revenue, which is great, but not new money, new income streams, because I was in a season of postpartum with a sick baby and kind of nursing myself back after a very stressful, debilitating pregnancy. So to say that we are the underdogs right now and creating from the back foot would be an understatement. And it's why I have struggled so much today, because it's the half term and my kids are off. I am not at home. We're not on holiday. We're not doing any of the things that I love to do with my kids. We are like, I'm trying to carve out like a couple of hours to take them out for dinner or out for lunch or to do a little activity or something fun. Can't even take them out in the UK. That's the problem. I can't even take them to the park because it doesn't stop bloody raining. And we've also had like warnings about snow. So, and I've got issues at home, and just it feels like the world around me is very heavy right now and nothing is kind of working. But as I've just shared on my socials, this is the work as the entrepreneur, right? When things aren't working, I'm 5 weeks out from the conference. I haven't sold out tickets. I've lost 2 massive sponsors that have literally, impacted the budget hugely. I've got people waiting on big invoices to be paid that were going to be paid by those sponsors, and now they're not there. So I'm having to rally and scramble every day because it's like constant pivot, firefighting, readjusting. Thought that was going to do that, that's not doing it right. Okay, what, like, okay. And this isn't a great place to create from. And, you know, I've taken lots of financial hits where I've been hosting events at a loss, hoping there'd be an upsell on the other end. There isn't. So, but that is the work. That is the work as an entrepreneur. You are always going to, and it doesn't matter how long you've been in business. I've been in business 11 years. So, never taken investment yet. But it doesn't matter how long, because there will always be something else. There will always be a new edge, a new level, a new venture, a new income stream, a new project. And if anything, the pressure gets more when your reputation is on the line, when you have more responsibility, you've got teams to pay for, you've got overheads to pay for. So if anything, when you're in the first bit of your business and it's just a little side hustle, it's just a bonus, you've got nothing to lose. You should be going hell for leather and going all out there. When you've had a few failures that have knocked your confidence, when you've had a few setbacks, when you have more pressure and responsibility, when you have more to lose, it's harder, I would say. So if you're in the beginning stages, I'm so excited for you. But even though this is a new venture to me, I'm not in the beginning stages of business, because equally my coaching business has suffered because I've been putting my energy over here, not only in this business, but also in the conference that I'm hosting this year. And I haven't even seen any money from that. Like, it's basically like I'm doing philanthropic work at this point because I don't take any money from that. It is literally self-funding again. And, you know, it's for the speakers and everything else. There will be a profit at the end of it, obviously. But at the moment, I'm not, and that isn't helping. So I just wanted to be very real with the messy middle as an entrepreneur, because here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to let this moment where the universe has not caught up with the vision define that actually, you know, I'm not capable. My intuition is wrong. This isn't actually what's needed. It's going to be a failure. I'm not letting any of that creep in because it's rubbish. I absolutely know that this kind of offering is needed. It's just, as I am a woman and because I don't have outside investment, it's hard to allow, like, when you're self-funding everything from the bloody pens and the paper to the toilet roll to the electricity, like everything, on top of an already full plate. So I guess that's what I wanted to share, really, is that I'm instead, as a wealthy woman, and wealth doesn't have to mean numbers in the bank. It is about your own level of self-leadership and discernment and self-trust and self-love and compassion. Maybe I have bitten off a bit more than I can chew. Maybe I did do it too soon after the baby. Maybe I should have waited, but that doesn't change where I am now. So what am I going to do about it? I'm going to get resourceful. I've come to the shop today, the office today, because the kids are at home and it's chaotic, and every 2 minutes it's, can I have a snack? Can I do a thing? It's taking me off track from what I actually need to do, which is turn this business around very quickly. I have eliminated distractions. I've put myself in the best possible environment, because there's nothing to make you feel more abundant than being in a place that looks nice, smells nice, is peaceful, calm and beautiful. To be reminded of, as that says there, remember why you started, and to just recenter, refocus, be kind to myself. I'm going to brainstorm now. I've made a coffee. I'm going to sit down and go through all of the things that are somewhat working, that I am somewhat getting traction on or feedback from, and how can I do more of that? What are the urgent priorities, rather than trying to do all the things? What is going to bring money in the door, hopefully today or tomorrow or this week or this month? Without losing sight of the seeds that I need to plant, which will also continue to ensure that I've got a good, stable pipeline of people coming in. What can I do that I haven't done yet? Like, I always think of sales and marketing like an onion, where you do the obvious outer layers, which are your warm audience, your current clients, the people that have worked with you previously, and then you just continue to move further and further into like colder and colder audiences. So what needs to happen next? Then it's like Facebook communities, nurturing the people that know me but haven't bought from me, working with the clients that I've already got to maybe get referrals or tap into their networks. It's all of those things. So if you want to know any more about that, let me know in the comments, and I will obviously expand on those points. But that for me is my next step. It is recentering, regrounding, reprioritizing, realigning, and going again, because there is in no universal outcome where I give up. Like, failure is not an option. I have 6 kids, and I've worked too hard to get to this point to let this be anything but a huge success. I might redefine my expectations on what it looks for it to be a success, but I am not giving up. So we go again. And there, I know that there are thousands of female founders in Surrey, in the local area, local businesses that can benefit from this space, because I've been those businesses. I know that there isn't anything like this here locally, but also like nationally. It's hard to find those spaces that are like, yes, we understand the assignment, we know what you need as a coach or as a service provider, and we will help support you to do that in a way that isn't extortionate, you know. So again, it's like reminding yourself of your why, the mission, coming back to what truly matters, and then moving, setting yourself up for success, and then moving, because as I said, failure is not an option, and we are going again. So I'm super excited. I'm going to add all the links to this video right now if you are somebody who is, again, in a similar state, because as a collective, we are connected. We are not separate. I am not the only person that's going through this right now. We're just coming off the back of the year of the snake and going into the year of the horse. I know that energy is very intense right now. I know that the old ways of doing business and the things that worked previously are not working. So people are needing to pivot, to get back to the drawing board, to think again. That's why business mentorship is so important. It's why I haven't stopped investing throughout this challenge, why I'm still continuing to learn and to put myself in environments where other people are successful, not so that I can be triggered, but so that I can be inspired, so that I can learn, so that parts of my creative brain can be activated. Because we can tap into a global economy at any point. Even though I have a local business in this setting, I have a global business in my coaching business. And even with that, the conference has attracted women from multiple countries. So it's still global, even though it is local. So maybe I just need to think bigger in that. And typically that's what's happened, is that you're being called for something bigger, and you're resisting that bigness. So then it's just, again, an opportunity for, okay, what part of me is not ready for that, is triggered by that, is feeling some kind of way about that. But anywho, I hope that this has helped you just see some sense of acceptance. And because I do see you, I understand the struggle as an entrepreneur. This is not for the faint of heart. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody has the resilience and the resourcefulness and the lack of ego to keep coming back to the thing when nothing feels like it's working, and when you feel exhausted, and when you are just like so over it. And yeah, I've come off the back of some really great highs. And I think when people talk about like, just the better it gets, sometimes it doesn't. And that's okay. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's that you're being asked to dig deeper, to think in different ways, to be more creative, and ultimately bring something more innovative that feels more timely to the collective. And that is what I'm taking away from this, meaning from this situation, this down period, this lull, this what feels like failure right now, is that, because we have to keep moving forwards, and we have to not keep doing what we've always done, because you still get the same outcome, but just to look at it as an opportunity, a problem that needs solving. Think of it creatively rather than making it about ourselves and our ability. Because even if this fails spectacularly, it is not because I haven't tried. It is not because I haven't got myself outside of the box. It is not because I haven't done everything in my being and in my awareness to do it. I am not holding back. I am not hiding. I've been out leafleting. Like, I am not, above anything if it works right now, because I want this to be a success, not just for me, but for everybody, every other woman that is going to be touched by this business, by the impact of this, either because they've come to the events and they're going to learn from it, or because they are a business owner that is making money from it. It feels very good. The last workshop that was a collaboration, being able to give over hundreds of pounds to the women that attended, because they were compensated for being here, for them having, again, that incredible confirmation that what they are intuitively wanting to do is actually what they're meant to be doing, because they've seen that reflected back in the clients that they've affected by being here in a positive way. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, help me to support this mission in any which way that you can. I'll pop all of the links under the video. Share it with your friends, business connections, because when one rises, we all rise together. And I am actively here to open doors and to serve. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you've got value from this video, and I see you, I appreciate you, and I salute you.